welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Rainbow.
And today we are beginning a 2-day article about something kind of interesting. It's called Discover Your Hidden Beauty with a Ring Light.
You know, these things are so popular in the recent years because of our culture. Our culture of social media has gotten everybody interested in being more beautiful on the camera, right? Because before we would just have these lights when we do shows, but then now everybody can be a star with a ring light. And people can do live filming on Instagram. They just put up their little cell phones and you can look like a star. It's very easy.
Yeah, I remember seeing these first maybe in a makeup department,
the
department store or something, right? You might see a special mirror and it would have a light and allows the lady or whoever's putting on the makeup to see themselves. But you're right, now with Instagramming and people making videos on TikTok, live streaming, podcasting, having a small little studio in your own home is kind of a common, popular thing, and ring lights really do help. I mean, here in our studio, we have lots of big expensive lights, and of course, they're very hot too. Most people don't want to have all that equipment and pay all that money, so get a couple of ring lights, experiment a little bit at where you put them, and you can get yourself looking pretty darn good on camera. I also like that sometimes you can see the ring in the person's eye.
You can totally see it.
It's kind of like a cool, attractive thing.
It's cool. It's like the universe in your eye.
I don't know if it's done that, if they do that on purpose, or if it's just another little side effect of these ring lights. They are a great way to discover your hidden beauty, and even if you're not, live streaming or TikToking or whatever, they are around, and so we're going to be learning all about them and how you might be able to use them in ways you couldn't possibly imagine to make all of your beautiful selves even more beautiful.
Yes.
It can be done.
You might sometimes wonder why your favorite social media stars look so good. Their skin is always smooth, their features are sharp, and their eyes are bright. Are they eating healthier and exercising more than the rest of us, or is their makeup just better? Chances are the answer is none of those things. They're probably just using a ring light. A ring light is exactly that, a ring-shaped light that sits in front of a camera and provides light for filming or taking photos. The ring shape shines light all around the subject, so no part of it is in shadow. When you take a picture or video with a ring light, you can see all the details clearly, even if you're shooting in a dark room.
All right, discover your hidden beauty with a ring light, or make your hidden beauty even more beautiful. Let's all find out what we can do with these amazing little pieces of technology.
So our article says, you might sometimes wonder why your favorite social media stars look so good. Their skin is always smooth, their features are sharp, and their eyes are bright. That's true, it's very important to look good online because that stays online forever. And everybody wonders, what is her secret? What is his secret? Why do they look so good? So when you wonder, that means you think about something, but in a question, you're not really sure what the answer is. So, for example, you might say, I wonder what time it is. I'm just casually thinking. Or I wonder what the secret is to her beautiful skin, but I'm not sure. Another sentence is, I wonder what time the baseball game starts. Just a casual question that you're putting out there. You're thinking about something and you're not sure what the answer is. You can wonder.
Exactly. You might not even ask a person. You might not even really want
you just think about it.
Need an answer. You're just sort of throwing a question out to the universe, and if you get an answer, great. Maybe you're just exercising your curiosity, and it's really not that important to know the answer. But people do wonder, how do they look so good?
Yeah, what's their secret?
Often it's very complicated.
It's very complicated. It's never simple.
That's usually the answer. So here's some of the things people might wonder why, or wonder as an explanation for why these people online look so good. Are they eating healthier and exercising more than the rest of us? Is that why their skin is glowing and they look so good? Maybe that's it. Or Is their makeup just better? These are the kind of things you wonder. You're kind of looking for answers, but you don't really need the answer. So you might wonder and come up with those explanations. They all make sense. Chances are, though, the article says, chances are the answer is none of those things. So it's not really about their diet, having a professional makeup person or something like that. No, it's probably not that. They're probably just using a ring light.
Oh, magical.
Ring light is the much simpler but maybe more accurate answer.
Yeah, so a ring light is exactly that, a ring-shaped light that sits in front of a camera and provides light for filming or taking photos. So you'll see this round light and the camera or the phone is right in between and it props up like that. The ring shape shines light all around the subject, so the person that's filming, so being filmed, so no part of it is in shadow. So you know how shadow can make us look dark, and if we have something on our skin, the shadow can make it very obvious. But if there's no shadow, you just look like you've got perfect glowing skin.
That's right. A shadow is a dark area that is created by blocking light. If you're outside on a hot day and it's not exactly 12 o'clock noon when the sun is right above your head, but at any other time, if you stand there, you will see a dark spot that is where the sun's light is being blocked by your body or by a tree or by a big building, and there's a dark area in that place. That is a shadow. All right, so shadows are created, of course, outside by blocking the light of the sun. It might be good to be in the shadow of a tree or a building on a hot summer day. And of course, we can have shadows inside when we use lights at night. Certain areas you can't read because your book is in the shadow. You might have to move yourself for the light or something like that because the shadow is the dark area where the light is being blocked. For example, the long shadow of the tree stretched across the sidewalk. A long shadow probably is caused when the sun is early in the morning or late in the afternoon. At a lower angle, it will create longer shadows. All right, back to the article. It says, when you take a picture or video with a ring light, you can see all the details clearly, even if you're shooting in a dark room.
Oh, cool.
Okay, I guess that's because the position of the camera with the light all around it, so the light becomes very, very straight, no shadow, and it looks really, really good, even with a simple camera and a simple ring light. Very, very neat. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll be back.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。同学们有没有想过，为什么那些社群媒体的明星看起来气色这么好，皮肤总是光滑无瑕，五官轮廓分明，眼睛炯炯有神？答案是他们有可能只是用了这种环形灯 （ring light）， 就是环形灯。那这种环形灯具可以让脸部均匀的补光，又俗称为网美灯。那么课文就写到说，环形灯为这种拍摄影片或是照片提供了光源。那它的环形设计可以让光照射在拍摄主体的周围，因此拍摄主体没有任何一部分是处在阴影当中。我们使用环形灯拍照或摄影的时候，即使在阴暗的房间里面拍摄，也可以清楚看见所有的细节。好，单字 wonder 它就表示想知道，或是可以表达感到疑惑。那么 shadow 当名词表示阴暗处、背光处或者是阴影、影子。Rainbow 老师在讲到环形灯的架设时，他有提到 prop something up 可以表达支撑或是顶住的意思，其中的 prop P-R-O-P 当动词，它有支撑、支持的意思。这边两个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，那我们来看第一个重点是 chances are 加上 that 子句，可以表达说有可能怎么样怎么样。那么 chances 在这边固定用复数形，是表达可能性。类似的说法还有 it is likely 加上 that 子句，或者是我们在别科学到的 there is a good chance 加上 that 子句。举例来说 ，chances are that the concert will sell out quickly。那场演唱会很有可能很快就卖完了。好，那第二重点我们来看 shoot 的用法。首先，它可以当动词来指拍摄、拍照、开枪、发射，可能是发射枪箭之类的武器等等。那它可以当及物用或不及物用。它的三态是 shoot, shot, shot。举例来说 ，The movie was shot in Scotland。那部电影是在苏格兰拍摄的。 好，第二个我们可以用 shoot 当名词用，那这可以指说某人在同一地点的那种系列拍摄，它是可数名词哦。像是 The pictures from the photo shoot look amazing， 那一系列拍摄的照片看起来很棒诶。那接回课文中。
The first ring light wasn't invented by a beauty photographer, it was invented by a dentist. Dr. Lester Dine came up with this unique way of photographing all of the details in his patients' mouths in 1952. Back then, the light was attached to the camera and cast light only when a picture was taken.
Now, before COVID and everyone, being online when the ring lights became really popular, I remember seeing fashion photographers use them, an expensive one, and it would be connected to the camera. Yeah. But this was like for professional photographers doing, magazines and stuff like that. But that actually isn't where the ring light was first used.
Oh, apparently not. Yeah. The article says the first ring light wasn't invented by a beauty photographer. It was invented by a dentist. Interesting. That makes sense because you have to see what's going on in your teeth, right? Yeah. So we have the verb here, invent. Invent means created by. So if someone makes something that has never been made before, it is called inventing. Or if we can say, oh, this person named Thomas, he invented the steam engine. Do we know who it is? In 1712, Thomas Newcomen invented the first steam engine. So we have many things invented by many people in the past. These inventions have something called patents. That means that it is something like a copyright for a book. It is saying, I invented it, it belongs to me, and sometimes we'll see that mark TM after. So something TM, that means trademark. That means I invented it and it belongs to me. And everybody can use it, but I am the inventor because I invented it. And in this case, actually, a dentist invented the ring light. We would normally think maybe it would be a photographer since photographers use ring lights a lot.
Yes, a photographer is someone who uses a camera. That's basically all we're saying. You can take a picture with a camera, of
Anybody
course.
Can be one, right?
Right. But picture is something that we would use for any kind of painting or something. A photograph is one that you make with a camera. A photograph is a picture made with a camera. So if you are using a camera to make a photograph, you are a photographer.
Ooh, yeah.
Notice the pronunciation and the stress is a little bit different. But yes, you can be a professional photographer whose job it is to take pictures of sports or news or fashion or famous people, but also if you just like to use your camera on the weekend or something and you do it in, kind of a serious way, you could say you're a photographer. If you're just taking pictures of yourself, looking cool, I don't know if you're a photographer quite at that point. But if the camera is a little more professional and you're doing it more as a proper activity, then you could definitely be a photographer like Andrew. Andrew is a photographer for a nature magazine. And some of those nature magazines have wonderful photographs in them, and I'm sure maybe sometimes they use ring lights. It says Dr. Lester Dine. So now we're talking about the dentist who was the first one to create a ring light. Dr. Lester Dine came up with this unique way of photographing all of the details in his patients' mouths in 1952.
Wow.
That's when the first ring light appeared. And yeah, if you think about it, using a camera, especially an older camera, to take a picture inside a person's mouth would be hard, right? The mouth is small, there's lips and teeth all around, a lot of shadow. How do you see all those teeth at the back, all that kind of thing? Yeah, it would be a hard thing to do. So he was faced with this challenge and he invented a new type of light. It says back then, the light was attached to the camera and cast light only when a picture was taken. Kind of like the fashion photographers. It was a flash. That's the kind of light that we sometimes use on a camera. When we're taking a picture in a dark place, it will just go on for just a brief period of a second, but that's enough to open the film and to catch that picture.
Yeah. And here we use the verb cast to talk about that light coming. So if you cast something, cast light, it's like shining very quickly on something. So for example, we can say the street lamp casts light on the dark street. So it's shining from the top down. It's that action of spreading and casting down. So I have another sentence for you. That fire cast an orange light on her face. So we're not really thinking about something very harsh. We're just thinking about kind of like shining, casting a light on my face to make me look beautiful.
Yeah, casting is kind of like sending something out. That's also where we get the term broadcast, right? Radio stations broadcast their programs. They send it out there, all out into space, all over the world. All right, that's all the time we have for today, but we're going to have more about ring lights. So make yourselves all look as beautiful as possible, as I'm sure you are, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
第一个环形灯并不是由美妆摄影师发明的哦，它是由牙医发明的。在1952年，有一位牙医 Dr. Lester Dine 想出这种拍摄患者口腔当中所有细节的独特方法。当时啊，它这个光源是固定在相机上面，只有拍照的时候才会投光。好，单字 invent 就表示发明、创造。Rainbow 老师在讲解时，他提到这种去发明东西可能会需要取得专利权。我们补充一下 ，patent P-A-T-E-N-T， 它表示专利权，也可以当动词去表达取得什么的专利权。还有提到 trademark 就是商标。下一个单字 photographer 就是摄影师。那么 cast 当动词，它可以表达把什么投向投射，可能是把光啊、阴影投向什么。那它的三态同形。好，这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，那我们来看这个重点是 come up with， 它表示想出、提供，像是想出某个想法、计划、解决方案等等。这个片语必须以人来当主词。那么 come up 之后接 with 加名词，就可以表达提出、想出，就跟 think of 意思差不多。举例来说 ，Mary came up with a brilliant idea to solve the problem. Mary 想出一个很棒的点子来解决问题。好，那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
You might sometimes wonder why your favorite social media stars look so good. Their skin is always smooth, their features are sharp, and their eyes are bright. Are they eating healthier and exercising more than the rest of us, or is their makeup just better? Chances are the answer is none of those things. They're probably just using a ring light. A ring light is exactly that, a ring-shaped light that sits in front of a camera and provides light for filming or taking photos. The ring shape shines light all around the subject, so no part of it is in shadow. When you take a picture or video with a ring light, you can see all the details clearly, even if you're shooting in a dark room. The first ring light wasn't invented by a beauty photographer, it was invented by a dentist. Dr. Lester Dine came up with this unique way of photographing all of the details in his patients' mouths in 1952. Back then, the light was attached to the camera and cast light only when a picture was taken.
Today we are going to Dasicuo in Chiayi. It's located in the West District of Chiayi, and it has undergone a lot of changes in the past for the better. It's now cleaner and very educational. If you ever get a chance to visit Dasicuo in Chiayi, you can also enjoy the painted walls that were painted by local students. And there are also really cool ancient wells and a cool temple that you can see. So let's learn more about Dasicuo in Chiayi.
Dasicuo is located in the West District of Chiayi City. It is one of Chiayi City's main farming areas. This place is also an example of environmental education and community development. The water for irrigation comes from the Daojiang Canal and central drainage. However, because of urban development, the clean water was polluted by domestic wastewater. To have better water for irrigation and improve the local residents' environment, they asked the authorities to improve the water quality. They were determined to reorganize the deserted land and pools and build a drainage system that can purify the water. A drainage system that could purify the water quality was built under the ground. And on the ground, they built a court and an ecological park. Walking into Dasicuo, you can see some unique and beautiful views like painted walls, ancient wells, and rice paddies. Dasicuo's walls were painted by the local residents and students. Through their creativity, these painted walls bring Dasicuo to life. There are 8 ancient wells in Dasicuo. They were built 100 years ago. In early times, Dasicuo's residents got water from these wells. Now these wells are kept well and have become one of the features in Dasicuo. Along Dashi Road, there is a temple called Chiayi Temple. For Dasicuo's residents, Chiayi Temple is their faith center. There are many rice paddies near Chiayi Temple. You can go bird watching here. After the autumn harvest, you can experience cooking food with ground ovens on the rice paddies. The local residents have designed some experiences in environmental education activities. These activities allow people and students to discover the countryside culture in Dasicuo. Dasicuo not only successfully conserved the environment, but also changed its community style. It has made itself a suitable place for living, leisure, and education.
I hope you guys learned a lot of things about Dasicuo in Chiayi. It has made a lot of changes in the past to improve the community. So it's certainly going to be an educational tour if you ever visit there. This is all the time we have for today, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.